Have you ever felt called to do something and yet did not feel adequate to do it? Hello, and welcome to today's insight. And I'll be talking about the imposter syndrome possibility. Okay, now the the reason for that is that you know that you're meant for great things, and yet you're like, I can't, I don't feel good enough, blah 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 blah. Right? I've lived that many a times. Okay, and the beauty of life, I'm saying beauty, but the what I prefer, okay, is that life happens in gradation. What do I mean? It happens in stages and levels. It's not the first time I've been talking about this, but it like you get a lesson, and then if you've learned it or not, there's something happens to make sure you've learned it. And if you hadn't learned it, there's something that will you're just gonna have to go through the lesson until you learn it. That's what I mean by gradation. Okay. Now the thing is that imposter syndrome leaves you the more you've done it. So the more experience you have doing something, the less imposter syndrome you feel. In which case, everything that happens, even though it feels like you're standing still, even though it feels like you're not moving forward, even though it feels like so and so, it is all meant to help you get to the next level. And the next level can only be achieved by you getting experience and by making mistakes and falling on your face and hurting yourself and all those things, which is not something new. It's just that it's something that we kind of lose track of. Like when we were kids, okay, the amount of times we stood up and we continued walking but then fell and then stood back up and all those things. We kind of lost that because of I don't know what, and it happened to me. Like after my accident, I went back to the mental age of a 3-year-old. And so I was more fearless. And now that I'm back to the mental age of a 36-year-old, okay, and now that I'm back to normal mental age, to the normal mental age I should be at, is basically what I'm trying to say. You take things with a grain of salt. You're like, should I do this? I don't know. You know what? And you're not so fearless in doing something, is what I'm getting at. So the thing is that you should go for it even though you are going to fail. Okay? Now, to make sure you don't actually physically hurt yourself, you need to put some boundaries and you need to make sure of some stuff so that you don't physically hurt yourself. But in the aspect of, alright, you're not exactly where you want to be, but you are farther than where you were a couple of months ago or a couple of years ago, then that's great and that's normal. And that is only a part of life, and you should embrace that. And I embrace that. Even though I'm not exactly where I want to be, I know that it is exactly where I should be and farther than I was prior. So, my question to you is, what are you stopping yourself from doing because you aren't fearless enough in moving forward? Ponder that.